Britney Spears is spilling all the tea in her new memoir, and I am about to read it. Hey y'all, if you're new here, my name is Be Me Queen, and today I'm gonna be reading Britney Spears' new memoir, The Woman and Me. It just came out a few days ago and I downloaded it on my iPad. I'm gonna be vlogging my thoughts as I read this book. I will be giving spoilers, so if you do not want to hear any spoilers, do not watch the rest of this video. I've seen a few people talk about it on TikTok. I've heard different snippets from her audiobook, but for one thing, I am and have been a very big Britney Spears fan. Although I have not seen her in concert, I really want to. She has been through so much. I am just eager to, I guess, pick her brain through this form of the book. It's not very long. It's only about 150 pages, so I feel like I can get through this pretty quickly. Let's just get started. In most celebrity memoirs, they will change the names of people to protect their identity, but Britney does not do that at all, and she comes with a ton of receipts. I'm talking dates, years, details. I also feel like most of this was written by Britney herself and not a ghostwriter, based on the language and the tone of the story. I've read 5 chapters so far, and for one thing, I didn't know Britney Spears was a Sagittarius, so go Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius is in the house. I'm a Sagittarius too. Apparently she was signed to a talent agency when she was just 9 years old, which is also super surprising, but also is Britney Spears, so like not all that surprising. However, her childhood has a ton, and I mean a ton of trauma. So her brother broke all of his bones, or just about all of them, when he was young. So she was almost like a nurse to him, and that she was always around her brother, so they always have a really great and close relationship. Her dad was an alcoholic and mostly verbally abusive to her mom, and Britney is a middle child, so that's just like bare bones of what we're about to get into. Let's keep going. Just finished chapter 10, and she is dating Justin Timberlake, who they were on a show together for Mickey Mouse Club, which I didn't know about. Anyway, she is 16, she has her record label, she's putting out hit after hit after hit, and she actually toured with NSYNC, which Justin Timberlake was a part of. So apparently they were head over heels in love, like super magnetically tied to each other, like you couldn't see one without the other type of thing. And she was just like so bespoken over Justin Timberlake, even though he very obviously wanted to be a hip hop rap kind of group in NSYNC as opposed to other group. Oh gosh, I have so many feelings about that, but I forgot to add that she started smoking and drinking when she was 13. Her mom was actually one that introduced her to alcohol, and they would drink together, her and her little sister. So that's interesting, but just like gives you a little peek into what her family life was like when she was younger. Britney and Justin have gotten pregnant, and because they don't want anyone to know that they are going to have an abortion, they do it at home. So she takes these pills and says that she screams on the bathroom floor crying for hours and hours on end because it was that painful. And this is after she talks about how she knew that Justin was cheating, even though she never really said anything, that she just knew that was going on, but she just didn't say anything at the time. She also does admit to her cheating on Justin as well, but only one time. This sounds like a tumultuous relationship, but the last line of the chapter says, describing her after her abortion. So she says, after that, I was messed up for a while, especially because I still did love Justin so much. It was so insane how much I loved him, and for me, it was unfortunate. I should have seen that breakup coming, but I didn't. We move to the next chapter. He breaks up with her through text. While she is on a music video set. You know, I really like Justin too. Like, this has like definitely changed my entire perception of him. As far as the book goes, it is very short. It's only 157 pages. I'm on page 43. I'm already past her relationship with Justin. There isn't much detail to this. It's almost like a collection of short essays. It doesn't feel like a story or any other memoir that I've read before. It is very much like anecdotal and not really a fluid story. You know how people say that celebrities mentally stop aging when they become famous? Like the moment they become famous, they like don't grow anymore. Britney Spears kind of references that. She doesn't say that exactly, but she says that when she starts growing into a woman, she realizes that she starts going backwards, kind of like the Tales of Benjamin Button, where like mentally she just feels like she's a child. She also talks about how her little sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, was a total bitch, super ungrateful child, like running the show at home, but also just like a nightmare. Talks down to her mom all the time, just very disrespectful. I don't know where this book is going. I have no idea where it's going, but I'm eating it up. Okay, so Britney's second marriage is with Kevin Federline, and yes, this is her second marriage. Her first marriage lasted 55 hours after she got married as a joke in Vegas, and her parents literally went off on her. She's really talking a lot about her path to learning how to say no, and that since she was 15, she was always go, go, go for the showbiz and for music and for the industry, and she finally decides that I'm just gonna take control of my own life and I'm gonna start saying no to things, and I'm actually gonna mean it. So I'm gonna put up boundaries and I'm gonna take my time back. And she talks a lot about her time just being in hermit mode, where she is like, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to see anybody, I just want to sit in my apartment in Manhattan and just like be and not be involved with anybody. And I think that is really powerful. She also says that she didn't know that Kevin had kids when they started dating, which like, what were y'all talking about? Like if you don't know about his family, like what is being said? She says it was a total complete surprise when she learned that he had not one but two kids and that he was going to see them monthly. Like, girl, what? What is going on here? I don't know. But well, she says that her relationship with Kevin is not a fan fave, so a lot of people don't like that she is together with him. Sidebar, I did see a documentary of her on Hulu, and they talk about her relationship with Kevin in very great detail. So this information isn't new to me, but that's because I watched the documentary already. But it is heating up. Now she is pregnant, so let's see what happens. For whatever reason, I just did not expect Paris Hilton to be the fairy godmother in this scenario. So when Britney was going through a divorce with Kevin, just wanted to be a woman and enjoy time and have time with her friends, that Paris is almost as if she leaned on. Like, okay, Paris, okay. I didn't see that coming. I literally did not see that coming at all. I am taking a reading break to cook dinner, and then I will be going on an afternoon walk, because with reading a lot, it's a very sedentary lifestyle and I gotta stay on my fitness. But we are at the part where Britney starts talking about her conservatorship and how her dad basically took over her life. And this is what the documentary on Hulu was really about. As you may know, Britney is no longer under a conservatorship. In the book, she talks about the state of mind that she was in and how she was taking so much Adderall. Family kind of set her up to be hospitalized by the SWAT team too. Like, the SWAT team, was that totally necessary? Not to downplay that she was taking Adderall, but like the things that she described that she was doing in her book when she was put under conservatorship is basically like her being a rebellious teenager, but in her 20s. So she went out and she partied with her friends and she drank and she took Adderall. She never did any hard drugs. The reason why she was acting this way is because she just really missed her sons and she wanted to be around her sons, and her relationship was in turmoil. Her family was also in huge turmoil. They never told her that Jamie Lynn was pregnant when she was 16. Britney found out about that through the tabloids, which is insane. She also talks about when she started dating the photographer, which is kind of just like a lust-filled, like fun rebound relationship, if you ask me. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat dinner, take a walk, and then I will come back and finish the rest of the book. I am more than halfway through at this point, and it's only been like an hour, so it is a pretty short read. Back from my walk, I walked for 30 minutes and I've been reading the second half of this book. It's really feeling like a horror, like thriller novel, the way she describes her conservatorship. Hearing it from her hits so different. So first she says that when her dad officially got control of her conservatorship, so her estate and her everyday life, he literally says to her, "I'm Britney Spears now." Throughout the conservatorship, which she was under for 13 years, she wasn't allowed to do anything her own. She wasn't allowed to spend her own money. She was only given an allowance of $2,000 a week, even though she was literally making millions every single week from her show in Vegas. They wouldn't let her change her show up at all, so she was performing the same show almost every single week at her residency, and that residency was 3 years long. So for her to do the same thing over and over again, she was like, did not have any creativity or creative freedom at all. They also are like watching her like a hawk. At one point they put her on a diet because they want her to lose weight, and it actually has the opposite effect where she starts to gain weight because she is literally so mentally not there. She starts dating this man that she falls madly in love with. He has supplements, so she starts taking his supplements, and then they send her to rehab because they're like, you're addicted to these supplements. What? Like actually what? I have about 5 chapters left, and I'm going to finish the rest of the book today. But this is absolutely insane. I just finished the book and oh my gosh. Okay, where do I start? Oh, so many thoughts. One part that I think was really powerful is when she talks about how she gets out of her conservatorship and what really encouraged her to take her power back. And that moment is when a nurse from the rehab facility shows her people online with t-shirts that say "Free Britney." She says that she had never publicly mentioned anything going wrong with her conservatorship, but somehow, some way, her fans knew and started to advocate for her online. And that's actually what gave her the power to get a new attorney and to really start looking into ending her conservatorship. And that's so crazy that she saw her fans that were advocating for her and was like, you know what, they're right, I need to get out of this. Like, this is really horrible and I need to change my life. There's also a moment where one of her sons gets into an altercation with her dad, who is her conservator, and Kevin, who is the father, actually takes legal action against her dad, thereby making it difficult and basically non-existent for the kids to be in the same room as her conservator, so her dad. So once she wasn't able to see her kids in certain scenarios because her dad was around, she was like, oh no, this has got to end. Like, now you're coming away with me and my children? Absolutely not, I'm done here. She talks about healing and how she is still going through healing and how her fans are eagerly asking for a tour, and she's like, I don't really know, like that's just like something that she's working through right now, which I totally respect that, because being on a forced tour and residency for years on end, like I don't know how I will be able to do it. Like it's actually crazy how she describes her conservatorship and all the things that she went through throughout it. It ends on a crazy note though. It ends with her talking about her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, who also wrote a book about her upbringing and basically her own memoir. I have not read Jamie Lynn Spears' book, and I don't think I will read it, to be quite honest. Anyway, she says that, you know, her sister went through her own life story and everything. She wishes nothing but the best for her, but Britney is like, I am done with this family. Bye. I'm living my very happy life with my husband and my kids, and we're just, you know, going to move on with our lives and not deal with it. So overall, I would say the book was really good. It was really short. Very digestible. I literally read it in a day, so you can definitely read it in a day as well. She spills so much tea, rightfully so. I'm actually really proud of her for telling her side of the story and for advocating for herself in this way. Her mom wrote a book, her sister wrote a book, and now it's time for her to write her own story and to really share with everyone what actually went down and what it was like for her to go through like her whole breakdown and the conservatorship and just her whole life. Like, it's like actually insane how much the woman has been through. I'm really happy that I read it. So like I said before, I would love to see her on tour. I've never seen her in concert, but I totally respect and understand how she may not want to do that, and that's totally okay. I get it. The girl has been through hell and back multiple times over the last like 3 decades, so I think we can give her a break. I think it's fine. Still a huge Britney fan and would definitely recommend you read the book, even though you know just about everything that happens because I told you in this video. But if you guys enjoy this, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.